Hey folks, want to jump on here and shoot another quick solo episode. This one's going to be on Deutsche Bank. For those who don't know, I'm based in Sydney, Australia at the moment, and within the central business district known as the CBD, there's a big building, and on the side of it, we have this business and our company. So let's talk about it today. Excited to get into it. Keep this around 15 minutes. The previous episode was a bit longer. So yes, that said, let's jump in. Deutsche Bank is Germany's largest bank and one of the world's leading financial institutions. Headquarters, Frankfurt, Germany, founded 1870. Global presence, operates in over 50 countries, major financial centers in Europe, the US, and Asia. Main services, investment banking, mergers, acquisitions, capital markets, corporate banking, business, financing, and trade services, private banking, personal banking and wealth management, asset management, though its majority-owned subsidiary, DWS Group. Interesting facts, it plays a key role in European and global finance. It has gone through significant restructuring since 2018 to focus more on core banking operations. Fascinating. Let's move over to gemini.google.com. Deutsche Bank, the German multinational investment bank, as of early 2026, the bank has been focused on its, quote, global house bank, end quote, strategy, moving past years of restructuring to focus on growth and shareholder returns. Here is a snapshot of where they stand right now. Current status and performance 2026. CEO Christian Swing, who has been leading the bank since 2018, recently reaffirmed the bank's commitment to increasing profitability through 2026. Financial health, the bank is targeting a net interest income NII of approximately 14 billion euro for 2026. That's the first time I've heard of that term. They have also raised their shareholder payout ratio to 60%, signaling confidence in their capital position. Strategy, they are leaning heavily into artificial intelligence, AI, as a growth engine and are looking to expand their presence in the US, fixed income and currency markets. Core business divisions, the bank operates through four main pillars. Number one, investment bank, focused on fixed income, currencies, and advisory services. It has recently reclaimed its spot as a top revenue generator for the firm. Number two, corporate bank, the quote hub, end quote, for corporate and commercial clients, particularly strong in Europe. Number three, private bank, serves retail customers and wealth management clients globally. Number four, asset management, DWS, a major global asset manager, majority owned by Deutsche Bank, aim to be a top 10 player worldwide. Quick facts, feature, headquarters, details, Frankfurt, Germany. And then there's a word that I've never seen before. I'm presuming it's German. One sec. Taunusalagun. Taunusalagun. How to pronounce Frankfurt, Maine. I think that's correct. One more time. Tau, German. Nos Lagu. Hopefully that is correct. If there's anyone from Germany out there listening, please feel free to drop me a message and let me know if there's anything that doesn't seem ordinary. So Tau Nos Lagum 12. Global presence, operating in over 50 countries, founded 1870, stock ticker DB NYSE, DBK XET or A. We haven't discussed this on the podcast yet. The XET or A is an all-electronic trading platform operated by the Deutsche Börse Group and is located in Frankfurt, Germany. It serves as the reference market for trading German stocks and exchange-traded funds, ETFs. Key details about XET or A. Location Frankfurt am Main, German, operated by Deutsche Börse AG. Function: it is a fully electronic trading venue, not a physical trading floor, handling over 90% of all share trading in Germany. Significance: it is the primary venue for trading DAX listed companies and a major European hub for ETF trading. Trading hours Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. Central Eastern Time, CET. Central European Time, is the standard time zone. UTC plus 0100, used during winter in many European nations. It is 10 hours behind Australian Eastern Standard Time, AEST. In summer, these regions switch. CEST, UTC plus 0200. It is distinct from organizations like the Center for... Yeah, that wouldn't make sense to continue. Excuse me if I sound a little bit off today. I injured my shoulder playing rugby union yesterday evening. We're training. Took some painkillers earlier. So please have a bit of patience if things are a bit off. Thankfully, they may be all good, but if there's anything different, that's probably it. So we'll just go over the AI overview. I used Perplexity last time, but I think I got one or two things incorrect, or at least one thing. Deutsche Bank AG, founded in 1870, headquartered in Frankfurt. We already went over this. Leading financial institution with strong global presence in 56 countries. It operates as a multinational investment bank, corporate bank, and private bank, providing services to corporate clients, governments, and individuals as a top-tier, quote, bulge bracket, end quote, firm. It is a key player in international finance, offering services in asset management, capital markets, and wealth management. We've covered most things here. Just see if there's anything I'm kind of missing. Focus on corporate bank, private bank, investment bank, and asset management via DWS Group. Global footprint, over 150 years of history, with a major presence in Europe, the Americas, and Asia Pacific. Regulatory status designated as a globally systematically important bank by the Financial Stability Board. Key operations listed on the Frankfurt and New York Stock Exchanges, a key participant in international OTC derivative clearing. One moment. Over-the-counter trading, OTC, over-the-counter, I think that's it. OTC finance. Over-the-counter finance refers to the direct decentralized trading of financial instruments such as stocks, bonds, derivatives, and currencies between two parties, bypassing centralized exchanges. OTC markets often operate through dealer networks, offer greater customization, lower liquidity, and less regulation compared to exchange-traded markets, resulting in higher counterparty risk but flexibility in contract terms. Key aspects of OTC finance: decentralized trading. Unlike the New York Stock Exchange or ASX, OTC trades are not centralized, relying instead on direct, often electronic negotiations between dealers and participants. Trade instruments. Common OTC products include corporate bonds, derivatives, swaps, forwards, options, and smaller company stocks, sometimes referred to as, quote, pink sheets, end quote. I'm not in the financial industry, so if anyone out there needs to correct or message, feel free to let me know if there's any sort of mistakes or issues. Market structure. OTC markets are often segmented by tier based on reporting standards, e.g. OTCQX, OTCQB, pink open market, risks and advantages, pros, tailored contracts, access to a wider variety of securities. Direct negotiations, cons, reduced price, transparency, lower liquidity, higher volatility, and higher counterparty risk. Regulation. OTC markets are less strictly regulated than exchanges. though they are subject to monitoring by ASIC in Australia. OTC, market versus exchange trading. OTC, bilateral negotiated private potentially higher risk. Exchange, centralized standard public price discovery, safer, higher liquidity. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not in the industry, so feel free to correct, or if there's any messages, or if there's any issues, then let me know. Coming up on 15 minutes, one thing about Deutsche Bank. I feel, I won't get into it. It's just one big thing about Deutsche Bank is its role in the 2008 global financial crisis and the years of legal and financial troubles that followed. After the crisis, Deutsche Bank faced massive fines for misconduct, including mortgage-backed securities issues in the US, investigations related to money laundering controls and regulatory failures, years of weak profitability, and restructuring efforts. At one point around 2016, 2019, there were serious concerns about its stability, and it underwent major restructuring, cutting thousands of jobs, scaling back its global investment banking operations. Despite all of that, it remains Germany's largest bank and an important player in global finance. I find that pretty fascinating. I suppose there's one more. We already went to the one thing, but just a key point about Deutsche Bank, specifically in Sydney and Australia, major presence and role in Australia. Deutsche Bank has a significant presence in Australia and Sydney. It's been operating in Australia since 1973, with offices in Sydney, Melbourne, and Perth. And its Sydney office is one of the bank's main regional hubs in the Asia Pacific region, alongside Hong Kong, Singapore, and Tokyo. The Sydney office is located in Deutsche Bank Place, level 16, corner of Hunter and Phillip Streets, Sydney, NSW 2000, serving as the Australian head of office for its corporate and investment banking operations. The bank supports major finance and corporate clients in Australia, offering services like corporate banking, investment banking, and asset management, cash management, and research. Deutsche Bank has been recognized locally. For example, it was named the top bank for international markets research in Australia for consecutive years in relevant industry polls. In contrast to retail banks like the quote Big Four, end quote ANZ, NAB, CBA, and Westpac, Deutsche Bank in Australia focuses mostly on corporate, institutional, and investment clients rather than everyday consumer banking. And let's go back. I think we're on 15 minutes to the one thing that's in Sydney or Australia. Excuse me. One thing about Deutsche Bank is its role in the 2008 global financial crisis and the years of legal and financial troubles that followed. We discussed this already, but let's just go over it again. For the one thing, after the crisis, Deutsche Bank faced massive fines for misconduct, including mortgage-backed securities issues in the US, investigations related to money laundering controls and regulatory failures, years of weak profitability, and restructuring efforts. At one point around 2016, 2019, there were serious concerns about stability, and it underwent major restructuring, cutting thousands of jobs and scaling back its global investment banking operations. Despite all of that, it remains Germany's largest bank and an important player in global finance. Thanks for listening, folks, and hope you have a great rest of your day.